Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome to part 20 of our MotoGP 19 career mode. And today we go to the Moto2 race of our home Grand Prix at Silverstone for the GoPro British Grand Prix. Then we have a negotiation period, which I don't really think anything will happen, to be honest. And then we go to Misano, the San Marino Grand Prix at the Misano World Circuit. I'm not pronouncing the whole Grand Prix name, let's just know we're going to Misano and that's about it. But of course, last time out, Jorge Navarro did extend that championship lead very, very slightly. That was due to two very much contrasting races for us in the Czech Republic and Austria. Now, we had a really good win at the Czech Republic. We were a solid second in front of anybody else a lap. That allowed us to pull away. Despite a pretty poor start, going down to third place, we did overtake Baldassari and Trotter. I've just noticed, actually, look at the gap between them at the end of the race. Unbelievable. But we won that one, and then at Austria we had a pretty good qualifying. You know, we were on the pace pretty well, but as you can see, we didn't even finish in the top 9. That was because we had a crash, and we just built our way back up, but as you can see, our race pace again was still very impressive. So the tone of that episode was stay on the bike, and you're going to do pretty well. But we're going to our home Grand Prix at Silverstone, and we've got some ground to make if we want to be fighting for this championship. The rounds are starting to dwindle down now. I think there's 8 rounds left. 28 points to regain on Jorge Navarro. We're obviously not going to win every single race, so there's no guarantee we're going to gain points on Navarro at every single Grand Prix. But my pace at Silverstone, I'd like to think he's fairly good, so hopefully this weekend should be one to try and rekindle some points in the championship battle. A little bit of a scruffy session there. We did do both for the practice programmes, but a little bit scruffy. We didn't actually set our personal best on the softs, funnily enough. We did our personal best in the distance analysis run on the medium tyres. So there's definitely a bit more pace to come out of the bike, I would say. A very scruffy lap, however, on the softs. I don't think there's any problem with getting through to Q2, but look at those times from the top 4, literally separated by 12 thousandths per second, all 5 of them. Yeah, nothing to worry about. We are into Q2, only in 5th place, but as long as you get in, it doesn't matter whether you're in 1st or even down in 14th. I had to check what the line was, what the boundaries were for getting into Q2, because I didn't want to say, well, if you're in 16th, you're alright, because no, you wouldn't be. But anyway, me talking rubbish, I'll see you in a second for the qualifying session. Here's our first banker lap then round for Q2. Now, we're about 3 tenths off the pace, which I've not really got much problem with. Oh, look who's just come up the inside on a he's not actually on a hot lap, I think, Navarro. I think he's actually just on a warm-up lap, so this is a little bit annoying, but, oh, well, a little bit of slipstream on the straight, I suppose, but it's not going to be our best time, especially going wide like that. But I don't actually know who's top in this session. It should be a 2:07 we're aiming for, but as you can see, probably the mess-up we had the last few corners really mucked that one up. But 6 tenths off the best time. Again, I don't know who's in first, because that fastest lap graphic isn't shown for some reason, but we've got time for 2 more laps, so let's see where we can get to on this grid. Jesus Christ, look at that split pace, 6 tenths up on Tom Luthi now. Marcel Schrotter's time just literally gone top in that first sector. That's mightily impressive. I felt like we were really hooked around that first sector, but to gain 6 tenths just in that first 2 or 3 corners around the Copse and Maggots and Beckett's complex is pretty impressive. Now let's see if we can keep that for the remainder of the lap. All red sectors. This should be a good one as long as we don't muck it up in this last sector. Now, 2:08 dead is the time we're aiming for. We're 9th place on the grid at the moment. Marquez has just gone top with a 2:07.9. If we could put some distance between ourselves and whoever's just gone top, then I reckon we can get this pole, despite anybody setting faster times. A little bit wide there. We didn't really need that. Get into the last corner. Nice and tight into the corner. It's a 2:07.2. Now, the crowd don't exactly go wild. I don't know why, but we should be, unless someone sets an absolutely fantastic time now, we should be on pole at home. That is a fantastic feeling. Brilliant.
Hello everyone, we're joining you live from Silverstone. Everything here is ready now for what should be another thrilling Moto2 race. The weather forecasts are very reassuring. We'll have sunny weather for the entire duration of the race.
Blimey, sun at Silverstone, not something you see very often, but we are on pole for our home Grand Prix. And the front row is reminiscent to one that you've seen very, very often in this season. We've got Alex Marquez in second and Marcel Schrotter in third. Now, crucially, our title rival Navarro starts all the way down in P7. So if he stays there and we finish first, that's probably going to be about half the gap. Bear in mind the gap's 28 points to our teammate in the championship. If we can retain this position and Navarro stays in P7, as I said, the gap is halved. So this could be a very important win. A, for boosting our morale in front of a home crowd, but B, for massively boosting our title hopes. I think this one's going to be a massive race for us. So let's just keep focused. We've had the pace all weekend long. I mean, it was a brilliant lap to pull out to get pole. So let's see if we can continue that brilliance into this race. The start's got to be perfect here. It has to be. There's some really tight corners, and if you're overtaking people into that Beckett's and Maggots, that Beckett's and Maggots complex, you might be a little bit compromised, to say the least. The lights are on, though, and they are out for the British Grand Prix. Really slow start there. Terrible start. Just misjudged the clutch altogether. We tried to get off to a decent getaway, but truly, we didn't. Now, I can't see our teammate actually within the top 7, so I think he had a similarly poor start. And as I said, trying to overtake riders in this complex is challenging, to say the least. But the damage is definitely lessened quite a bit. We're only in 4th place. Brad Binder's fell off at the first corner. That's his hopes of finishing anywhere in this race diminished. But we've got Baldassarri, Marquez, and I presume that's Marcel Schrotter leading the race. Bit of a twinge out of that corner, but now we come onto the straight, which is where we really thrive with this speed, top speed heavy bike. So we're past Marquez. Baldassarri's next into this right-hander. I don't think we're going to get him. We just brake quite early here to get a better exit. Hopefully Marquez doesn't cut us up on the exit. He overtakes for a while. And to be fair, he has got that. He's got a pretty good exit. It seems caution is what we're playing with here. Not particularly much aggression, but there's plenty of time to get into this race. Baldassarri trying to jump it up the inside of Marcel Schrotter. That just doesn't work, hence why Marquez is now on the back of Lorenzo Baldassarri. We are losing this first group a little bit, which is a little bit worrying, so we've got to stay on our guard. Now, as we were in Austria, the second part of the lap seems to be a lot stronger for us compared to the first part. So let's see if we can take advantage. As you can see clearly, visibly, through that corner, we've gained a lot of time on our rivals in the top 3. Schrotter and Baldassarri fighting for that first position, and Baldassarri's got the inside line. Is Baldassarri going to take it from Schrotter? Marquez jumps up the inside of Schrotter as well, and Alex Marquez, what a stupid move. Nothing like his brother would ever do, and Alex Marquez is off the bike and quite frankly out of this championship, as he has been for a long while. A really poor move there from Marquez. That was never going to happen. And Marcel Schrotter broke way too late, just used Schrotter as a brake, and clearly it wasn't a very good brake because he went straight onto the ground with the bike. But Baldassarri and Schrotter are starting to pull out a little bit of a gap, so I think it might be time for me to stop talking and get focused on trying to regain the lead. Oh, hang on, Navarro's fell off. Navarro must have fell off the bike. Navarro is in 31st place. Now, we didn't get a notification about him falling off the bike, but I do wonder, he did fall back a little bit at the start, and Brad Binder's usually sort in that 10th to 15th bracket. Did Navarro and Binder have an incident? Ooh. The top 2 have been side by side for a solid 5 or 6 corners now, and Trotter's been defending that place like hell. But unfortunately, even though we're watching this unfold in front, they're still keeping a decent gap to us. I don't know why that is, but I'd say we've probably minimised that gap a little bit, as proven. Well, basically 4 tenths is the gap that we've narrowed that lap by the evidence that we were 4 tenths quicker than Trotter's fastest lap he just set. But there's a few different riders at the top. We've got Navarro who's down there. We've got Marquez who's crashed, who we saw. We've got Gardner who's crashed. So there's going to be some interesting names in that top 5, top 6. But the top 3, it's the same as sometimes it usually can be. But we did gain that time up to the line. But I think 8 tenths was round about the gap we were to Schrotter and Baldassarri this time last lap. So unless we can get the gap down, it is going to be third we're having to settle for. However, seeing as our teammate has fell off the bike, third could still be a fantastic result. As you can see, he's only down in 27th. So unless there's a massive pile-up or his bike just gets some huge amount of pace, I don't think he's going to score any points today, which could be huge for the title race as a whole. No way Baldassarri's going to try it from there, but oh, Jesus Christ, he did. Wow, he was about 3 or 4 tenths behind Schrotter, I'd say, and he just tried to gain all that time in the braking zone. Amazingly, he pretty much did. But we have gained probably, I mean, we've lost it probably again out of that corner. But I'd say we're a little bit closer to these two than we were last lap. Our lap's certainly not going to be as quick as it was. Neither are theirs. But 4.5 tenths the gap at the line. We are going to struggle to beat these two because they are very good around certain sections of the track. And whatever we get back into them, when we're quick, we don't really seem to be getting that gap. But Baldassarri and Schrotter, as you can see, Baldassarri even looking there and Maggots and Beckett, but that's compromised him into this next few corners. Do we go up the inside? Yes, we do. We've got him. We've took Baldassarre for now. A little bit of a lock-up of the tyres into that corner, but nothing we can't manage. And that is second place for us. Baldassarre and Schrotter have now been split. Let's see if we can unsplit them, get out of this Schrotter-Baldassarre sandwich, and get to the top of the podium. We've had a fantastic lap, as you can see. Oh, no, that's just mucked it up. I did slip off the analog stick a little bit there. It's a bit gutting. I literally just slipped off the analog stick and probably lost all the time I'd gained. Just slipped off that left hand and the bike went a bit straighter than I wanted it to. But luckily, not much has been lost. But as you can see, Schrotter has probably gained all the time that we've gained on him. Gained it back over the lap, which is a bit of a shame. But last lap time, I don't think it was going to be to look that, I think, what's the corner called now? I forgot what the corner's called. It's part of the village complex. I can't remember what that left-hander specifically is called. But, yeah, we're probably too far away to try and take Schrotter now, I would say. To be fair, we're only 7 tenths behind him. So let's see how we get on. I'll probably follow this for the whole of the lap. I don't see any reason why not. But just trying to keep on the bike is a tough enough prospect with how fast Marcel Schrotter is going. We've definitely found the right AI level now. That's a certainty. We're not winning races easily here. And that was a good move up the inside of Baldassarre we made, to be fair, because I think without that, I know it sounds obvious, but we'd have still been in third, and I think the two of them would have pulled away, but Schrotter has massively pulled away there. 1.2 seconds. I think we are going to have to settle for second place here. We've gained nicely on Schrotter again. Coming into the last few sectors, we know that we are quick in this last sector. Do we dare it up the inside? We are going to. We're not backing out of this one now. Schrotter just keeps it pushed as much as possible. We've got the lead for now. A little bit of a wheelie out of there, but we have took the lead at the British Grand Prix. That was completely unexpected after being, 1.2 seconds behind the German coming into the second sector, but he left a gap. He tried to close it. We pushed him out of the way. And coming into Brooklands and Luffield now, turns 16 and 17, the final corners of this British Grand Prix. Doesn't look like he's going to launch an attack, or is he? He is going to launch an attack. Schrotter tries for it again, and he's got it. Marcel Schrotter. Oh, that's so annoying. Marcel Schrotter's got it. Put your foot down, Jonesy. Come on. It's that last corner. Oh, he's blocking us. He's blocking us. Oh, we couldn't get the road. We were definitely quicker. But, oh, we do have to settle for second in the end. Nothing changes. But that was a really small gap to Schrotter, and what a race that was at our home race of the British Grand Prix. And just to confirm, Jorge Navarro down in 24th place, and that is huge for the championship. We were 27 points behind him coming to this race. We are now only 8. Actually, we might have been 28 points behind him. Yeah, you get 20 points for second. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This could get very interesting. The fun doesn't stop here, though. Now we move to Misano. Good pace shown, actually, in that FP3 session. I didn't quite think we were that quick, and we wouldn't be that high up the rankings. But 4th place, I'll definitely take that. Only 2 tenths off the pace of Marcel Schrotter. And that, yes, does put us into Q2, along with both our teammates. DJ Antonio hasn't been there for the last few rounds, so nice to see that he's there. He's pulled out a whopper of a lap compared to his previous. Same goes for Nagashima as well, improving by over a second. But Sam Lowe's in there as well. Power, you're right. Okay, that's interesting. Some names that aren't usually in there getting into Q2. Gardner, not in there, so he's one of the ones that sacrificed. But let's see how we get on in the qualifying session. Let's see what our banker time is then in Q2. It's not going to be quick. He's probably about half a second off the pace. 7 tenths, a little bit of a shame. That puts us just on the 3rd row. We've got 2 laps left though. Let's see what we can get out of the bike. And if it's anything like we were in Silverstone, we're going to be pretty impressed. But I don't think we can get that sort of delta. I don't know. I think the first sector was quite a way off. Something ridiculous like 8 tenths off. So if we can improve that, that'll probably help the whole lap. But no, we haven't really got the pace round here to take pole, I wouldn't say. But I suppose you never know. Let's have a look at our first sector split. Don't think it's any better than the last one, to be honest. But I might be wrong. Well, only 6 tenths off. But amazing that 6 tenths can be lost just in that little sector. A bit of an improvement on that lap. I mean, still 7 tenths off the fastest. But as you'll notice, Fernandez has gone 2 tenths quicker than Schrotter. A bit of a surprise that Fernandez is on pole. We've only got 1 lap left. We're really not on the pace here. I mean, we're only going to be, what, middle of the 4th row as it stands? So this lap needs to be pretty good, or we're going to have a battle on our hands in the race.
Greetings from the Marco Simoncelli World Circuit in Misano, where the Moto2 race is about to begin. The weather forecasts are very reassuring. We'll have sunny weather for the entire duration of the race.
No, you didn't see our last lap. Did we pull out a stonker? Did we get it onto pole? Did we progress anywhere? Let's find out, shall we?
It's always difficult to predict the results of a Moto2 race, but the riders
It is certainly difficult. Well, Tom Lutey's on pole, which means we're not going to be on pole. As you'll notice, our race objectives have now been improved to try and get a podium. Baldassarri's second. Are we on the front row? Well, that'll be told if it pans to someone who's in fourth. Are we on the front row? Oh, Bulliger back in 20th. Well, we're not that far back, but it's not good news. As you can see, we are on the end of the fourth row, starting in 12th place. Just haven't got the pace, to be honest. Fernandez takes the front row. But interestingly, look who we've qualified right next to. Our teammate, Jorge Navarro. But we're not to have very good starts, so we could well be back with Bulliger. We were taking the mick out of him earlier, but we could well be back with Bulliger coming into the first corner. But the crucial bit is Navarro is starting next to us. We haven't really got to worry about anybody else, I wouldn't say, immediately in the championship. So this race, beat Navarro. That's the most important thing. We're quite a way back, 11 places back to where we were the last race, so a completely different dynamic we got here. But we've got to make a good start, a bit of pressure on us here, just make sure we use a bit more of the clutch than we did in that race in Silverstone, and hopefully we get off to a good start. Lights are on, and they're out, and away we go. Not the best start, as you could see there, but not too bad. Equally, we've lost a few places, but damage limitation, really. Navarro has broke quite early into that corner, but he's on the inside, so could have a good chance that we're going to dart it up the inside here. We've got a nice gap to go into, and oh, look who it is. It's our teammate, Jorge Navarro, but Jesus Christ, we get too close to comfort. Now, I wouldn't want to take my teammate out, but it's getting quite sour, I'd say, between us, the way we're racing at the moment. But Navarro not really gaining anything. We've lost a position at the start. Agata has fell off the bike. He's probably lost more than a position at the start. Navarro up the inside of Sam Lowes. He's aggressing for position with our fellow compatriot, and we'll also probably take the position off the Brit as well here coming into this corner. Brake nice and early. Oh, Jesus Christ, Lowes, don't just plough into us, you know. But brake early, get a better exit than the rest. That's what we like to do. That's our riding style, and it's worked quite nicely. Look, the outside of Lowes now. We've got the outside line, and our teammate do tap wheels with him, and he's going to go up the inside of us into this corner. So does Sam Lowes. We don't like that corner at all. We have to be very cautious just to avoid falling off the bike. But not the best start here. We've got 6 laps to do plenty, but this is the real interesting corner. How big are your balls here, basically? Yeah, how much do you want to accelerate going into the... It's a massive winding corner that you can take pretty much as much pace as you want to. Well, you can take some pace and go off the track. We've got past Lowes and we've got a good run to get past our teammate, but no, too far back. So it wasn't as interesting as I thought it might have been. We just gained that one place there, but P12 is where we are at the moment. As I said, all we've got to focus on is finishing ahead of our teammate. We've got a good run and coming into the last corner. We brake late up the inside of him, and that should be the move done for now. Navarro, no doubt, is just behind us, but Nagashima is the rider just in front of us now. Baldassarri's took the lead off Tom Lutey at the start. We're not very good at braking late, and we're certainly not the last of the late breakers, that's for sure. But, oh, we tapped the back of Nagashima. Luckily, he doesn't fall off the bike. Didn't want to get a penalty or anything there, but he has quite a compromised run. I think that should be 10th place. We accelerate out, and that is 10th place now. Marini is the next bike. A bit of a shock to see him on the Sky VR46 bike all the way up in 9th place, but unfortunately, Nagashima takes position back off us, so we're going to struggle to progress massively in this race, but it seems Navarro has fell off the back of us a little bit. So what was the aim? Beat Navarro. So the next aim is stay on the bike and gain as many positions as we can. Got good acceleration out of there. Navarro is nowhere to be seen. He is way back, so we're definitely going to beat him today as long as we stay on the bike. Now, we got past Nagashima. Going to have to give him room on the inside. That really compromises our entry. Have to go a little bit wide, but we get him back, and he's just tugging to try and get us back. Where we're slow, he's fast. Where I'm slow, where I'm fast, he's slow. It's a weird one around that corner. Very varying lines you can take. But as you can see, we're struggling to catch up to the topper echelons. Or the higher echelons even, not the topper. The higher echelons of this Grand Prix order. Guys, I think I need to take English language again. But onto the end of the second lap. I'm making all the mistakes now. But more importantly, we've got some racing to do here. Nagashima is on the inside. We're side by side with him on the straight. Get onto the rumble strips. Didn't really want to go there, but there was nowhere else for us to go. Onto the third lap. And that's somebody in 7th place getting a little bit of a poor run out of that corner. But it's not going to compromise him that much. Come on, let's see if we can get back past Nagashima. Let's not be too aggressive. I mean, I'd take 11th place here if that means beating our teammate. We'd make a championship a lot closer, actually, if you think about it, because the two of us wouldn't be scoring big points like Baldassarri probably would, so we probably need to get up the field as much as possible to try and get in that championship lead, and equally try and lessen the gap that these guys at the front are going to chip away at us at. Not the inside of Nagashima though. That's too late. Just bail out the corner. There we go. Yeah, we were too late there, but again, it's always worth a go. We get a decent run out of there actually, and we're into 10th place for now, but let's just make sure we stay on the bike into this corner. This is a nasty turn. Just have to tap on the brakes. Nothing more than that. Just a nice light tap on the brakes. You don't want to floor the brakes there 100%, or else the bike's just going to slide off. It's that sort of corner. It's quite an unwinding right-hander. Speaking of unwinding right-handers, we're back into one, and I'm blimey, I've commented. I don't think I've gone away yet for the entirety of the race, so clearly action-packed here. But I think here is where I'm going to choose to cut away to see if we can get past Marini and Marquez. Got a good run on Marini. We get a good exit out of that corner, actually. We take it very cautiously, but that might well be to our benefit. Marini, we've got the inside line, so we don't have to give as much up. We do tap him, but there wasn't really much we could do to avoid that. So another place gain. Navarro has got past Nagashima, so he's up to P9. But Marcel Schrotter, who won the last race, isn't doing very well either. Alex Marquez, I'm expecting at some point to go up the inside of Schrotter and fall off the bike, but you never know. We are gaining places nice and slowly here, and with 2 laps to go, perhaps we can get past Schrotter and Marquez. Right on Marquez's back now. We've definitely got some solid race pace, I'd say, here. Our quali pace, not so good, but our race pace is pretty good. Break into the corner. No, we're not going to get up the inside of him there. But we do get good exits to the next 2 corners, this being the one, and then we get a good exit on the next corner. Marquez is on our inside. Let's just focus on being cautious into here. We don't want to fall off the bike. We've gained quite a bit, so we don't want to lose that. But Marquez has gone pretty wide into there, and we've got him. What a fantastic move that is. And the leading speed-up bike, which you probably wouldn't expect here, is Fabio Di Gianantonio. Schrotter is right ahead. Will we be able to get to him? We haven't really got the room into that right-hander. Can we beat our teammate? I mean, Di Gianantonio surely hasn't beat us that many times this season. I wouldn't have thought anyway. But Marcel Schrotter is right there. Going to try to up the inside. Brake a little bit late. Come on, keep the position. Pull, pull, pull. Get out, get out, get out. Whoa, no! 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 Oh, no! For goodness sake! Bloody hell. For one race. Honestly. I'm going to have a look at our charts at the end of this race. See where we finished in races this season. Oh, this is so annoying. Ugh. The one time we were aggressive, we were cautious the whole of the other race. We just picked off positions. Tried to be cautious. What did I say? Get ahead of our teammate, which we did at the start. And then stay on the bike. Well, we ticked off the first one. But in not doing the second one, ultimately that first one has now gone off the chart. We are still going to get a few points here, but ultimately nothing compared to what 6th place or 7th would have given us here. That's gutting. Absolutely gutting. We've got good race pace here as well. I bet we're going to set the fastest lap. Well, I suppose we can try and get Vierge. That'll be 13th place. I mean, the tyres are shod now. I mean, we fell off the bike. That means the tyres have just gone, oh god, we're a bit too hot. But I don't think we're going to get past Vierge. I think my momentum's just been snapped by that off. And oh, it's just so frustrating. Could be huge for the championship in races. I mean, Navarro's been off the pace and off the boil all episode, really. He fell off the bike in Silverstone. That gave us a massive advantage. And here, to be honest, his pace was poor, as was ours in qualifying. But our race pace was pretty good, but we're not going to have enough pace to get past the edge here. That's really gutting. We're going to go around the last 2 corners now. I think Tom Lucy's going to win this Grand Prix, so good for him. But we are only going to finish in 14th place. That's absolutely gutting. I think you can... Oh no, it's Baldassare. I think you can hear the sadness and frustration in my voice. But I wouldn't be celebrating, mate. Ah, dear. Well, our teammate is outside the top 9. That's something at least, but he does finish 10th. But with that, the championship, well, look at that. Baldassare takes 2nd off us. Wow. I mean, to be honest, this championship isn't a 2-horse race anymore, is it? It could conceivably be a 5-horse race. Wow. 2 massive races. I mean, what? He was 28 points ahead of anybody, wasn't he, Navarro? In coming up to that first race in Silverstone. Now, there's only 12 points between the top 3. And only 20-odd points back to the next 2 riders. It's got to be a gutting day. Poor day for the speed-up team, really. I mean, yep, we got second, fair enough, in Silverstone. But a pretty lacklustre race for the whole team in Misano, and hopefully that is the exception rather than becoming the norm now. But yeah, not a great race for us, admittedly. We're just going to have to hide and cry about that. But luckily, we have got a race that I like next. We've got Aragon, and then we go to the Thai Grand Prix, which we famously did very well at last year. But the season is really coming to a close very quickly. We've got 6 rounds left. So we'll have that one on Tuesday. And this time next week, we will have the finale of the Moto2 season. Just going to improve our engine, I think we will do. We've got the development points to do that now. Blimey, as you can see, 180 development points. I think we're only going to be able to improve the frame once more for the end of the season. I think we'll stop the development because I don't think we're going to have enough points to improve that engine further. But if you did enjoy that, make sure to leave a like down below, comment as well your thoughts, and subscribe for MotoGP 3 times a week. But apart from that, IPTIJ game, thank you very much for your company today and for your support on the last few videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Goodbye.